Welcome to episode 120.
Deep listening. Join us as we model and explain what the process of deep listening can look like as we share both about our personal things as well as witchy stuff.
Stay tuned. Welcome to the Witchy Wit podcast, where we look at life through a witchy lens. I'm Kimberlyn.
I'm Leilani.
At Witchy Wit, we explore current events,
Ideas,
music and books,
and experiences in ways that recognize energy and life in everybody and everything.
We are both real witches,
And we bring two real perspectives through the lens of our different ages
races,
and backgrounds.
with a healthy skepticism for what we have been told is true. Our conversations are raw, candid, and vulnerable.
Join us as we cast a spell to uncover what we each know is true in our intuitive, witchy selves.
Welcome to episode 120.
Deep listening.
Deep listening.
Listening.
Listening. So, actually, we won't do a check-in because this whole episode is going to be one long check-in. Can I give kind of the background of
I love that.
Yeah, so it's just, I think it was kind of serendipitous. We were just, okay, what are we going to do? It was kind of like last minute. We were trying to figure this out. And you said, how about deep listening? And we can just model, this is one of the agreements. We'll talk more about this. And we can just model it for our listeners. So, yay!
Yeah, so I think
Yay.
this is a great opportunity for us to model it and maybe have a little bit of transparency while we do it, because I think it is so foreign in our culture.
It really is. It really is. So can I give a little bit of background? So
that sounds
this
great.
comes from one of the agreements in our circle. And just kind of paraphrasing it, basically we agree to practice deep listening in all of our interactions. And it's interesting that we make that agreement because, as you said, it's not the norm in our culture where, loudest, fastest people get heard and the rest kind of get rolled over. But the beauty of this is that it gives everyone a chance to participate in a conversation fully, to be able to share, to be able to express themselves and feel heard. And so I think that that's something that we practice in our circle. And I try to practice elsewhere with varying degrees of success, more because I'm trying to practice it, but not everybody else is. So can I talk a little bit more about that, or would you like to share some of your thinking about deep listening?
Yeah, for me, deep listening means that I'm more interested in hearing what the other person has to say than thinking about what I have to say or thinking about what I think about they have to say.
Whoa, wow, that's meta.
Right? And it can be challenging attempting to practice that in a culture that does not practice it back. And one of the things I've noticed is that it can yield one-sided intimacy, or a false sense of one-sided intimacy. And then there's some self-care and boundaries in there for me.
Right.
But what I have found is that when I find a relationship that wants to hold that space for me, like I feel that with you, it's very precious to me.
Yeah, and it's also precious when someone who is not good at it attempts to, participate in deep listening for me. And so I have a couple of friends who know that I value that. And so it's bumpy but it's fun, and and we're constantly catching each other, and but it's wonderful because then I feel heard. And that's not always, we've discussed it in a number of episodes, but for various reasons that doesn't always happen. So this is great.
Yeah.
Yay. So
So maybe I share a little bit about what it might look like, and
Yes,
then we'll
for
dive
sure.
into it.
Yeah, that'd be
so
great.
I think we might start the episode with you sharing, and if it's in some sort of conflict resolution protocol or something like that, the rules might be more stringent. But the guidelines that I'll use is that I just want to hold space for you, let you share. I may need to ask for clarification, but my intent is to just listen to you and to hold space.
yes. Yeah.
And then at the end, I may ask if you want, are you looking for feedback? Are you looking just for me to enjoy it? What can I offer you from my end? And And then if that's not already clear, you might be able to make that clear for me so that I can show up for you. Even if it's just witnessing. And I say just witnessing really loosely because for me, witnessing is like the biggest thing.
That's the juice.
Yeah.
That's the juice. Yeah. And it's so hard. This is one of the hardest agreements for me because I'm so used to you starting to say something and me starting to think of either, oh yeah, I agree, or a rebuttal. And so I'm really not listening to the rest of what you've said. I'm listening to myself. And so it's hard. It's hard.
One more thing that I'd
Sure.
like to add is holding space until the person is complete with the sharing. And there's a number of ways that in communities I'm a part of, we do it. In our circle, we oftentimes will say check as like a marker of like, I have finished sharing. I'm ready to move on. Another woman in our community has started saying, and those are my words. And that blows my mind.
I want to cry just hearing that.
I'm attempting to implement that in my life. God, like what a powerful statement. And those are my words.
And it actually encompasses a number of other of our agreements, right? That idea of taking responsibility.
Yeah.
It's just, and again, yeah.
And then in another community, someone that I know says, I'm in. Like, I've finished sharing, now I'm in to the process of listening. So, like, that's like a reciprocating. You know?
Tag team.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the ring. You do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I love that. Okay, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how we do this. So would you like to start or shall I?
I would love for you to start. And just so our listeners know, this is unscripted. Like, neither of us are perfect. So we'll see how it goes. But thank you for being willing to share space with me today and to talk.
Sure. Thank you. So I just wanted to this is really kind of a check-in. I have been alluding to in a number of episodes in our check-ins that I'm having health issues. I'm not trying to say challenges or struggles or whatever. Health issues, and certain things have gotten better and certain things have developed, and I'm at a very frustrated level at this point. And I also think I have some of the most caring doctors, at least in terms of my skin and vein people, the allergist, my PA are just incredible people. There's an intake person at the dermatologist who is really just for the skin side, but when I come in for my veins and stuff, he says, "I've got to do your intake. I just want to." They know that I'm going to do your intake regardless of what I'm there for, and people, and they're just, they remember your name, they remember who you are. So anyway, I went for a couple of more biopsies again today, and I came in frustrated and sad and not hopeless, but veering towards hopelessness. And I came out laughing. I'm still have no hair, no skin or whatever, but I it's so wonderful to be able to talk to medical people. Now they don't know all the woo stuff I do, but to be able to talk to medical people and feel heard. And feel heard. So I'm better in some areas. Now there's other complications with lymphedema, and now I can barely hear in one ear, and it's just a whole bunch of things. I'm losing my hair. I think I mentioned that. So it's very, very, and then my skin still not is much better. I want to say that it's much better. But then there's parts that are just various parts of me, like my hands and feet, that are worse and they're horrible. So it's like 3 steps forward, 4 steps back, or it's kind of, it's like a waltz. It's like a 2-step. It's like a 2-step, and sometimes you're leading and sometimes you're following. So yeah. That's where I am health-wise.
Wow.
Yeah, those are my words. And those are my health issues.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that with me.
Thank you for listening.
That's
Thank
so
you for...
intimate. Like, that's very personal. Can I share with you how it landed with me?
Of course. I'd love to. That's why I love conversations with you.
I felt a sense of relief with you saying that you feel heard by your doctors, because that is not a common experience, perhaps, for people. So I really am grateful that you're feeling heard. The fact that you left laughing, like that to me, just as someone who cares about you and would want to burn things down for you, it makes me feel like a sense of relief.
Thank you. And I just want to say thank you for saying that, because I just edited the menopause episode, and how we were talking about how often women are not heard by their doctors. So
particularly women of color.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're not even going down that rabbit hole, but very true. Very true. So it's really, who was it? Someone famous.
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry, you mentioned how...
Yeah.
Oh, but Selena Williams, when she was pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, here, Serena was good. Serena Williams, now, like you say, Halle Berry, Serena, these women are like really at the kind of the top of the food chain, and the doctors don't even listen to them. Like, what? I mean, what hope do we have, right?
And I believe, didn't Serena Williams almost die?
Yes, she almost died. She almost died because doctors were not listening to her when she was trying to tell them about her own body. Of an athlete who is intimately connected with their body.
She's rich.
Yes.
She can pay,
she can pay for doctors to listen to her,
right?
And they didn't listen to her.
Yeah.
I mean, at least at first. Yeah.
So I'm grateful that you are being listened to.
I'm very grateful too. Thank you. So thank you so much for holding that space for me. I don't know if people noticed, like, you had some questions, but you waited till a good time to ask them. And
I asked permission if I could ask them.
You asked
permission. Because for me, sometimes, like, maybe something is so much that I don't have space to have someone ask me questions, or it's too tender and I just want to be heard.
Right. And yeah, exactly. And I would hope that it wouldn't become about the listener. It's really about the person who's speaking. And sometimes, when those things happen, it can become about the listener. And there's still some deep listening there, but to me, that dynamic is really yucky.
And I wouldn't want to ask, I wouldn't want you to accept the invitation of me responding if that you weren't in that place. And so if you say no, I don't take that personally. I take that as you letting me know and you feeling safe enough to share with me that you're not in a space for that. And I'm grateful, because then that means I can show up for someone that I love in a way that is helpful for them.
Exactly. Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to share right now?
I have so much. I've missed you so much.
Yay, I missed you too.
So I went to Mexico. Yeah. Can I share with you a little bit about it?
Yeah.
Okay. So my cousin got married to a woman who's from a very small town about 2 hours northeast of Guadalajara. So we were very much not in a tourist place. We were very much in a very small town that is not frequented by tourists. And it was wonderful, and it was beautiful, and it was challenging, and it was very real. I'm imagining it was a very real representation of what much of living in that country can look like. But it was beautiful, and the food was beautiful, and the electricity was inconsistent. The water was varied for like sometimes there would be water, sometimes there wouldn't. The water was not safe to drink. We were advised to be inside by when the sun went down. That it was mostly safe, but it was just a safe practice would be to be inside, especially because we are not fluent in the language, which I appreciated that advice. I I am learning Spanish, and I tried my hardest, and I knew how to say pasaporte from our time together in Spain. Soy vegetariana, sin carne. So it was really wonderful, and it's such a reminder of how privileged I am, and that I believe that we can do better here. Mm-hmm. We have what we have so much. We could. It makes no sense to me that we can't do better because we are in a position that we could. And I brought you a present. And please. And the wrapping is as it was wrapped in Mexico. So, which I felt was.
Oh my gosh! How adorable! So these are two. Oh my gosh! Is it
ojo?
Oh, yes. So two bracelets. One. I mean, they're both. I think like an onyx or a, and then one has like the magic, the protection against the evil eye.
Yeah, the evil eye protection.
Oh, and I have. There's a Santa Muerte with her owl. And what's the oh, it's just kind of explaining it in Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get my dictionary out. But I see Santísima Muerte. I forgot now. Benedita y alabada sea tu caridad. Santísima Muerte. Oh, thank you so much. Were they having like Dia de los Muertos stuff going on when you were there?
It was so special to see the Dia de los Muertos stuff whenever I was around, and so they had extra Santa Muerte stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if this is disrespectful, but I'm like fangirling over her.
Hey, they were there to be bought, right?
Yeah. And then this is a bracelet with her on it.
Yes.
So.
Oh my gosh.
And I had been prior to Samhain and Dia de los Muertos, but then I got sick, so I didn't get to go to ritual and give it to you. But I'm giving it to you now.
Yay! Thank you. That's beautiful. May I give you a hug?
Please.
Thank you so much. And thank you for thinking about me when you were off, like, doing your wedding thing. Mm-hmm. So may I ask how so it sounds like you were navigating the environment really, really well. How was the wedding and all of that kind of stuff?
The wedding was really good. Mm-hmm. He is marrying into a Catholic family, so he has learned Spanish, and the church wedding was the Catholic ceremony was done in all Spanish, and it was so fun. My partner had Google Translate on his phone, and when the priest was speaking, it was almost perfectly translating, so we could see what was being said. But when my cousin would speak in his very good attempts at Spanish, it was just saying the wildest things. And it was comedic.
So it sounds like fun was had by all.
Fun was had by all.
Oh, I'm so, first of all, I'm happy that you traveled to Mexico, had your family thing, and got a chance to see like sounds like a real taste of like Mexican life. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I also wanted to tell you, my sister, when we were there, she kept attempting to speak Spanish, and then she would slip into Italian. Just like you.
It's those singers. I mean, like, we can't help it. It's like singing Italian is our mother tongue, right? So anytime we go to another language, like that's kind of our mouths want to do that. I suspect.
It's something between the two of you. And I'd be like, wrong language. Wrong. That's Italian. Jeez.
Oh, it sounds like you had so much fun, though.
I did. I really enjoyed it. We stayed in, because there wasn't really much hotel in that area because it's not like a tourist town. So we were staying in this house, and it had all these rooms off of a central courtyard, and no air conditioning, and like all this beautiful tile. And one morning we woke up, and on what it looked like it used to be like a well in the middle of the house was a dead scorpion. Like someone we were sharing the house with had killed the scorpion, and I don't know why, but like put the carcass there maybe to ward off other scorpions. And he comes out and he's like, hey, I killed a scorpion last night, which was good to know. But then he's like, Yeah, it wasn't that big. It was pretty small. And then I go over and look at it. That thing was big.
It makes you wonder, uh-oh.
Right, what is small to you?
What's in our future?
Right, what is, if you think that is small, what is big?
Yeah, yeah. But the beauty of it is that that little small scorpion probably is like warding off because the rest of them are like, oh no, we don't want to go there.
Right? I'm hoping it's like head on a pike, sort of like, ugh.
Oh, but it sounds like so much fun.
It was really wonderful. We went to some mercados. We went and ate. It was just, and we did a lot of sightseeing. We spent 2 days in Guadalajara afterwards. And
how long were you gone all told?
I think we spent like 3 days in the small town.
Okay.
And then 2 days in Guadalajara.
Okay.
I saw that in Guadalajara.
Oh, like the ovaries,
Yeah.
Revolucion.
Yeah. Yeah, it was spray painted on this metal retaining wall in front of the cathedral for St. Francis. And it says Revolucion, and then it has like ovaries and a uterus. And I just was standing there and just like crying. It was so beautiful to go there and to see that sort of spirit is there too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
And I guess I didn't model waiting till you finished, but
Well, I kind of paused and like,
okay.
yeah.
There we go. You gave me an in.
Yeah, and I think that maybe it's because that's a great point. Maybe it's because I've built up the trust with you that I know that there can be back and forth, and still I will have the space to come back to me.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps.
Okay. Yeah, we'll need to like investigate that energy a little bit more.
Well, because yes, and like sometimes I feel you do that with me, and then I'm always careful to make sure that I hold back and make sure that you have time to complete. Like I don't take the conversation somewhere else. I stay in it with you.
It doesn't become about you, or it doesn't become about me. Like, oh, and the last time I went to Mexico,
right.
yeah,
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
So that's kind of an unfolding for me that I had not known before. Right now, I considered that.
Well, and I think, remember that our podcast kind of came about because of our conversations. I mean, for years, and so it seems like we probably have just developed a back and forth that is comfortable for us.
Yeah.
At least it's comfortable for me most of the time. So I'm assuming it's the same for you.
I think so.
Yay!
Is there anything you would like to share?
No. Well, it's funny because, well, not funny, haha, but I think I would just like to respond really quickly to the fact that, like you had your Spanish, but it's in a totally, like, Spanish in Spain, and a totally different, we were there to walk and to eat, to maintain our working. But here you're in a place where you're being much more social, right? And I was wondering how that felt for you. You like talking with people that were there and that sort of thing.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for asking that question. I am actively, I'm like really going for Spanish. I'm really going.
Brava.
Thank you. Because I learned some when we were in Spain, and I was also very humbled at how infantile I felt at a skill that so many other places in the world really value and teach at a young age, being multilingual. And that was really humbling for me. And then to come back and we're in Texas, and so many of my students are either bilingual or they only speak Spanish. And when I started working with my students this year, I was very moved to think like, okay, I'm going to learn Spanish so that I can talk with them. Because if it's going to help me teach them better, and if it's going to help me meet them better where they are, then that's something that I want to do. I want to use that place, that ability that I have, that space that I have, that mental privilege that I have, the mental capacity to learn. Like, I'm so grateful that my brain works in that way. So I'm learning Spanish, and let me just tell you, it is comical. It is so funny. For example, I asked my student, I reminded her to bring her homework when she comes to see me next time. La Tarea.
Okay.
What I said to her, what she heard was, bring your lottery.
Because that's what I thought you were saying just now.
Lotteria. Right? Lotteria, la tarea. And so I'm like, I'm talking to her and I'm like, don't forget, bring your homework. And she's looking at me like, what?
La Luna!
Right? And then the bus driver was like, the bus driver figured it out because I'm like yelling it across the bus to her. The bus driver is like, oh, honey, you know, and then she explains it and I'm like, oh, and then my student is laughing and I'm laughing. And she brought her homework the next time. And so, you know what? I have no shame.
If nothing else, she remembered it much more vividly because you tried to say it in, you know, in a way that she could understand and put a whole bunch of stuff around it that made it very memorable.
Yes.
Yay, good for you.
And I hope that I hope that my students and the people that the custodians and the people that I said, excuse me, in HEB, in Spanish, for the very first time when I accidentally was like scooting around someone, I said, disculpe. And if I can signal to them that I see them and that I value them, whether they're my students or a custodian or someone at HEB, I want to do that right now, especially with what's going on with folks who look like brown skin or have a Spanish, like whatever, like look Mexican or whatever, like whatever the prejudice is, or because of the way they speak, because they speak Spanish, I want to do my best to be opposite of that.
Be in solidarity with them. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Disculpe.
Gracias.
De nada.
So yeah, maybe I can. So I was learning Spanish when we were doing the Camino, and I went to German. Oh, because so much of the language construction for me is easier in German. But what reminded me of it.
The language construction is easy for you in German.
It's easier for in German. It's closer to English because English kind of came from those languages.
Love that.
But it reminded me of Anna,
our friend
on the
from
Camino,
the Camino,
who spoke German, Spanish, Dutch, French,
English
for
me.
But and I think because she was trying to decide which Camino she was going to do, she chose the one that she chose the Primitivo because it would be mainly Spanish. And she said, I really need to work on my Spanish. It's like,
she ended up working on her English, which also did not need help.
So yeah, I am so proud of you because taking that step. First of all, you're staving off Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And it's investing in your future. It's investing in future Leilani.
Yes.
So she'll thank. I remember that. She'll thank you for that. Hopefully. But also it's, you know, like I said, in solidarity with your students and others, but also that idea, we've been talking about that in our circle about, you know, something that's inclusive and something that's welcoming or affirming, and, you know, making the effort to speak in a language that is more familiar is showing you're welcome here. You're welcome here. And is one step toward, I mean, it's not, you know, but it's one step in showing that. So thank you for joining.
Thank you for hearing me and seeing me. I just make such a fool of myself.
But I am certain. This is me just being certain that they appreciate that. Everyone,
my sense is that they do. I told one of my students, I asked her to open up a drawer to look for a marker, and I told her to open up a yellow amarillo. I was trying to say armorio, like armoire, like a door. Open up things and there's drawers, and like I'm like, open up the yellow, and she's like looking at me like, what are you talking about? You know, we figured it out.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you're doing good for you. Good for you. So maybe I will start practicing Spanish again, and we can practice together. We'll go out and like someplace and speak Spanish the whole time.
I would love that. I'm very much in the phase right now where I'm like a toddler. Like I can say single words, and like I can say a couple of sentences, and then I can say like phrases like breakfast time, you know, things like that. Or I can say like the bus is here. So I'm very toddler-esque right now, and I'm so proud to be a toddler.
I was going to say, that's so much further than a lot of other people. And, you know, once you're a toddler, then you can move on to whatever. yeah, but I can't wait till you get to the period where you're really adventuresome in your thinking and trying to make your language, like the language that you use to kind of get these more advanced concepts across. That's fun. So look forward to that.
Like only speaking in present tense. Like I didn't know how to say I was like soy enferma. But what I wanted to say was like I was sick. But so then the custodians were like, oh, like I'm backing away, and then I was like, no, like I was sick, but I'm not now. But I don't understand tense yet.
Yeah. So I've done that where I was like, I am sick last Thursday.
Yes, right?
And it's like, it's totally grammatically like crappy. And they say, oh, but at least then they like move forward again.
Soy enferma. Miércoles. Hoy es domingo.
But see, you get it across.
I'm trying.
And people will laugh. Some people will laugh, and probably a lot of people will laugh, but many of them will be laughing with you.
I have always felt like they're laughing with me. It's never felt. I 100%. I have felt they've appreciated it.
Yeah.
So the only time I've ever had someone laugh at me was in France, but I think that's just the French, and I don't really take it personally. I think that's just the way that they are. I don't think they were being mean. I think they're just being French.
And I think it's more Parisians. Because
it was in Paris.
In Paris, because when you get out in the countryside, they are so excited that you're making the effort, and so, or at least that's been my experience. So yeah, it's a Parisian thing. That's what they do. They do them. And
yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I want the metro, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening.
Sure. Shall I take a?
I would love.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was moving some money around a couple of days ago, and I realized I had old email addresses for my godchildren because they're my beneficiaries, and because we text, that's what they do. They text or they hit me up on Instagram. It's like, do you know how often I check my messages in Instagram? Once every 3 months.
Yes.
So we text. Anyway, and so I didn't have their email addresses, and I just typed in, really quickly, could you send me your email address? I'm doing some paperwork. And my godson, who is 27 now, golly. Okay. Anyway, said, and I just wanted to remind you that of all of our family, I'm the one with the most flexible schedule. So if you need somebody to come out and take care of you I'm, just let me know. This is someone who is, a young man, a young black male who is like living life large. He has a girlfriend that I'm hoping, if he's listening, that I'm hoping might become a fiance, but that's just me. Beautiful, living his life, living his 20-year-old life, and he's willing to drop that all and come. And it just reminded me how much I love my family. And I've talked about this on a number of different occasions, but there is a caring that I sense even when we're texting each other. See, he posted Sunday was his mother's birthday, and he posted all these videos he's taken of her yelling at him. And it was just like serious, like, are you serious? What, really? And then her calling her husband's name. Come look at take care of your son. And, it was just, but that also just shows that the love between those two. The fact that he actually videoed that and put that on there, and she didn't kill him, kill him and eat him like is what we want to do. And so I feel so blessed to have that, because I know it's not, I mean, I don't know how common it is, but I know for me, it is something that has managed to keep me going. I live by myself. I love living by myself. It's not a problem at all. But I also love the fact that every day I have to check in. I have to send a text to my family text chat list and say, all I do is say checking in, and then they put happy faces and stuff like that. But that that I know that even though I live alone, there is someone for me. And that's really special.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And those are my words.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear such love from you to your family. I'm also hearing so much love from your family to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking about, so we're getting together for the holidays. We're getting together in December.
Oh, yay.
And I'm thinking about doing a nice long, a road trip out to them maybe in May when all of the stuff is done with my other obligations. So, but yeah, I love being with them. I joked all the time, we put the fun in dysfunctional.
You do.
And boy, howdy do we. But it's even not being in their presence, I still feel their presence. And that I think some of it is because, we just went through like Samhain, where you're thinking about your ancestors and descendants, at least I am. And then I was thinking about, okay, so my ancestors, descendants, what about the people who are a part of my circle who are still alive? And what does that mean? And, so that was I especially felt it this weekend. And then her birthday being on Sunday and him posting that stuff, and then him sending me that message, it fills my heart.
Oh, wow.
Now that's a real check. I've said check before, but that's a real check.
Maybe that's like a good example of like you may have said check, but I'm reading your energy, and I'm delighted that you have more. And because I'm not eagerly awaiting when is it my turn to talk, because I'm more invested in you and hearing what you have to say. I was happy that you continued. I didn't even notice the fact that you checked and then you continued. Like I only noticed that after you said it. So I was grateful that you shared more.
Thank you. And thank you for holding that space.
Thank you. I love getting to talk to you.
Oh, yay. Speaking of which, would you like to talk some more to me?
Yeah. So I've been talking with another woman in our circle about the idea of I guess I don't even know how to say it, like receiving information from outside of us through our senses. So some people may experience it as like speaking to the divine, or through divination, like through tarot cards, or through like the elements. And I've been talking with her about it because she's I admire that about her. I admire how in tune she is. And I've been talking to her about it, and how I think what I'm beginning to understand is that I'm sensing messages through physical objects. So like when the place where we meet for our circle, I will hear like creaking and like more intense than creaking. It almost sounds like the way a thunder cracks, but through the wood. I'll hear a lot of that, and popping of the building. And I was in a women's group yesterday that I was facilitating with a dear friend up in Austin. And as I was sharing, all of a sudden, like it was just this one moment, all of a sudden my water bottle started squealing. Which like there was only water inside of it. Like sometimes I'll put like fizzy tablets in it for like hydration or whatever, and then it like it's like doing that all the time. But this seemed like I'm like, what? Like, okay, I'm listening, and even like, and part of perimenopause is like ringing in the ears, but I don't have it very often. But I'm starting to take note of when the ringing happens. And I haven't figured out if it's connected, if it's just like perimenopause. Is it perimenopause or is it sacred communication? I don't know, but I'm a witch. I'm going to figure it out. But like the water bottle, I was like, okay, I'm listening. Like I hear, and this goes back to our tech, our witch and tech. Why is my water bottle not as sacred as a river? Why is the building that we meet in not as sacred as a tree? Well, I thought that it wasn't until our episode. And if it is indeed that sacred, then of course it can hold sacred energy and communicate, and I can communicate with it. So,
wow, that's. Were you feeling this I have a question. May I ask you?
So I am so grateful to have shared this with you, and I would really love to have like a witchy conversation about it. So if you like want to turn on your witch vibes and like ask me questions, I would really love that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate having that permission. First of all, dive deep into all of those experiences. It sounds like so much fun, particularly the first time. It's like, oh, that's what that, I've read about this, or I've heard about this, or I've talked about this, and wow, that's like what you got to say. You listen
right?
to your
like,
drink more. It's probably saying drink me, like
right?
Oh, like the turkeys in the Addams Family.
Eat me.
That's my first guess, but there might be a little bit more metaphysical stuff going on in there, and thank you for sharing that. We often talk about, and I say the community at large often talks about those things, but it's so fascinating to hear someone who's actually experiencing it, and particularly that sense of wonder that I'm getting from you, and like, that's what that is. Yeah. Wow. Well. I was going to ask you another question. So so for example, like with the tinnitus, there's a lot of people out there who say that that's, your angels, or your higher self, or you from a different dimension. And I'm going to encourage you to like, instead of just saying, like hitting your head and saying, how can I make this stop? Of maybe sitting with it and playing with it a little bit. Cause that's what I hear. I mean, I have it like 24/7, so I'm not sure in my case if it's actually telling me anything or but I'd be interested in hearing. Sometimes people say they hear words or sounds. I mean, there's the ocean, of course, but maybe like the mermaid's voices coming out over the ocean.
Oh, that's cool.
That would be so cool.
I didn't know that other people were sensing with that it might be communicative.
Oh yeah, well,
versus
remember I belong to a lot of woo.
You do.
A lot of woo groups.
You woo. You do woo.
I do woo.
You do woo.
And so a lot of them are talking about this. They say it. First of all, they say if you're hearing something, you're meant to hear it. And so while it could be a physical cause, and you could try to do what you want to stop it, why? I mean, unless it's keeping you from hearing like important things, but many of them say it's like your future self, or your higher dimension self, or something like that, and that you can start to hear. You may not hear words, but if you allow yourself to open intuitively, it will tell you things. It might be a feeling, it might be a sensation, but and you can ask, is there a learning here? Is there something I need to hear? Like with your water bottle. Did you ask your water bottle?
I did not ask my water bottle, but I did pause and say, I'm supposed to know something right now.
Gotcha.
And I was talking to the group when it happened. And so I chose to take it as a message of perhaps I'm going to stop and take a drink.
There you go. There you go.
But it didn't occur to me to ask my water bottle. I would have maybe like going forward, I could stop, take a drink, and then like check in with my water and be like, I'm here.
Yeah. As you're taking in the water, just, and I'm going to suggest that it doesn't necessarily have to be like, okay, what lesson do you have for me today? But just really, as you're drinking the water, just seeing if there's something else that, besides just the sensation of the fluid on your tongue and feeling your body becoming slightly more hydrated, if there's more there. Because your water bottle obviously had something to say,
right?
And like I said, it could have just been drink me, which you did. So.
I did do that. Like I felt like I'm sliding in at the base level, but I'm willing to continue to work.
At the base level. Oh, that's so wonderful to hear. I like the wonder and the joy and that openness. Yay!
Thank you.
And
thank you for being excited for me.
Yeah. I'd love to hear more about it. I mean, we don't have to do it right now, but yeah.
But it's just like sitting there, and whenever the water bottle was like to me, and then I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna see Kimberlyn soon. Okay, I'm gonna ask her about this.
And the water bottle's like, you don't need to ask her. I'm telling you, just listen. Shut up and listen.
Right?
Yeah. Sweet. Well done. Well done,
Thank
you.
for
I love
listening.
that. Yeah.
Thank you.
my
And thank you for
pleasure.
celebrating it. It's definitely not something I walk around and tell the HEB check out person. Yeah, so I think my water bottle's talking to me.
You don't tell your boss that?
Yeah. Can you put the eggs in a separate bag? Do you think the water bottle's talking to me?
And they're like,
Right.
okay.
The beep. Do you have any coupons?
Yeah, right. Any coupons. Anyway, so one last thing I'd like to just share with you really briefly is I spent not this 2 weeks ago. I spent the week at one of our so it's a reclaiming intensive workshop here in Texas, and I have done similar ones in California with you.
Yeah.
And at all of those, first of all, I was younger. These were both before COVID,
Yeah.
which was 5 years ago. Okay. Anyway, so and I did all the things. So we had a 3-hour class in the morning, and then lunch, and then our affinity groups where we get together with people and just kind of share and decompress after our classes. Then there's optional offerings where anyone from teachers to campers can offer a class or a workshop or an experience, and then dinner, and then ritual. And I went, it was pretty much like 18 hours pedal to the metal every day. You come home and it's like I just sleep for a couple of days. But this time, because of my health issues, I didn't do that. I committed to going to the class in the morning, and I said I might do the rituals, and I'm committed to nothing else. It was so wonderful. And I think that's a part of the reason I feel better, that was a healing, like being there with all of that witchy energy, was just incredible. And so it was healing. But the reason I really decided to push and go was because since I was retiring at the time that we deposited, this was back in May, I said, you know what? I'm going to swing for the Lotus Suite. That's the highest cost accommodations at this thing. $1,500, just saying, per person.
Woo!
So there was 2 people that, me and another woman who used to be a part of our circle. And so that's, $3,000. So I said, I'd spent $1,500. My ass is going.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that because I had that place that kind of not forced me, but encouraged me to go, even though I wasn't feeling like totally 100%. I actually was able to stay the whole time and take care of myself, because it was just the bathroom for the 2 of us. We were separated from that, because when you're doing stuff with your skin and all this gross stuff, you're going back and forth from your bathroom, schlepping the bedroom, that kind of stuff. I couldn't have done that in a shared bathroom. And if I hadn't had that, I would have probably come home the second day. So it helped that the person I was rooming with was very, very congenial. Like, one of the things that's happening is I'm losing all my hair. And so she came in and she said, "Oh, you look good bald." I was like, maybe I'm thinking like maybe just shave off the rest, and who knows if it doesn't grow back. I'm trying to embrace that thought. I'm going to have like a little vine tattooed on the back of my head. Yeah, just saying. We'll talk.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk. Anyway, I just wanted to say that was one of those experiences where I went and gave myself permission to just do it like the Kimberlin Camino. This was the Kimberlin camp. And I gave myself permission to just do one thing. And because of that, I was able to do more. I actually offered a workshop on a discussion on land acknowledgements, and I went to like a couple of drum jams and stuff like that. But if I had planned on doing all of that, I would have crapped out after the first or second day. So it was a beautiful, beautiful experience, because I told myself, you can't do it all. You can do it all, but you're not going to do it all. So that's me. Check.
I am so grateful to hear that. I don't know if you remember, but I had checked in with you before you going, and I was nervous about how, as someone who grinds hard at those events. And as someone who has watched you at those events.
I was going to say you and me both, girl.
Like the time you aspected a horse.
Oh, yeah. Did someone like have to corral?
Yes,
Literally had to corral
you. And you were like leaping off of things. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah, because she has bad knees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's going to feel this tomorrow.
Yeah. Like mundane you is going to feel this. But I had expressed to you that I was worried. And I wanted to make sure you took care of yourself. So I did. I feel a sense of relief hearing that.
Thank you. It was wonderful. If you ever decide, it's hard because it's right in the middle of the semester and I couldn't do it. This is the first time I'm able to do it because I retired.
Yeah.
So, hopefully I don't know, something will happen where you can have a week off or whatever.
It's so much more convenient than
going to California.
Yeah. But it's at the time of year for a teacher that's not great.
I know, and I hear from a lot of people who do a lot of different camps that they really love this one because they feel like it's a little, there's less drama. And I'm sure there's drama. There's always drama when you have more than one person, but there's less drama, and everyone's encouraged to really, really like sink into the land here. So.
The venue is beautiful here too. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
Can I express one other thing that landed with me as you were sharing? The power of the presence of the woman you roomed with. It just sounds... I think rooming with someone could be, like, a good experience could be neutral. We were able to share the space and I was comfortable. But to share the space and have... even in those casual ways, be like casually affirming of like, love the way you look, ball, like things like that can just really, for me, can like land and like really support me in showing up as a human. So I'm grateful that you didn't just have a neutral experience with a roommate, but that you had someone affirming you and creating like a space that felt good. So
thank you for saying that. I appreciate all that it took for you to say that to me. Thank you.
I love being that person for you. Even when you tell me to pick up the mats off the in the bathroom. Day 1, night 1 of the Camino, I was told to pick up the bath mat off the floor.
Yeah, that bath mat had like steps on it. Fortunately, I brought some extra towels, so I just put my towel down every morning, took my towel up, and folded up, and the other person, she could do with that what she wanted. But yeah,
I picked that bath mat up every time from then on.
We don't play that.
No, I learned.
Yeah. I learned. Thank you. Is there anything else that you'd like to share for our episode?
I think I'm just feeling really grateful.
I'm glad that we got this chance to talk.
Me too. I've missed you so much.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah, I had like an incident with some shifting medication, which is wonderful, but like I had some side effects that were great, and then I was sick. 4 out of my 5 family members got sick. I believe it was on the plane. I believe we picked it up on the plane. So then I was out for a while. So it just feels really good to be reconnecting.
Yeah.
So.
Yay.
And I think deep listening helps. It's almost like a steroid. I love steroids. I mean, they're only I don't get them prescribed to me very often, but when I do, I'm like, yes.
I'm sure they have like millions of side effects, etc. But it's like, bam! Like, what's your problem? We're there!
Right?
They're like diving in, like the snorkel, the whole bit with the glasses. We're going in! Yeah, good. So our poem is called
Let the Moon Wobble.
Let the Moon Wobble by Ali Ang. You want to tell us? I didn't know anything about this poet till we just looked this up.
So it looks like it's published under Alice James Books, but we, through our sleuthing, we found out that the author's name is actually Ali Ang.
Like Allison Ali.
Ali Ang. And they described themselves as a Gaysian, which I had no idea what that meant, but I searched it and I found out it means a gay Asian.
I love that.
And I love that. And I also learned that that's what a portmanteau is.
Yes, it's a portmanteau.
Putting 2 words together. So.
Yeah. And just another thing, they were the 2023 National Endowment for the Humanities, or the Arts, one of them, fellow. And they were also a, what's the other fellow? Another poetry thing fellow.
So basically, this came across my social media page, and through researching who they are, turns out they're like very accredited, very acclaimed, very like celebrated. Their work is widely recognized. So it was a real treat to have it just float up on my Instagram.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
then learn what a portmanteau is.
Exactly.
So this is called Let the Moon Wobble. Invocation. Let the moon wobble. Let the basil plant flower. Let the poets discombobulate. Let the verbs noun. Let the nouns verb. Let the grief howl.
Let the emails unread. Let the land speak. Let the oceans revenge. Let the people free. Let the people free.
Thank you so much for being with us as we practice deep listening. We hope you have enjoyed the magic that has unfolded here at Witchy Wit.
It would be great if you would help make Witchy Wit possible and get access to exclusive content by donating on Patreon.
We'd love it if you join our Witchy community and enjoy shareable content on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Would you do us a big favor and support us by rating and reviewing us wherever you get your podcasts? It's free and helps witchy folks find us.
Feel free to email us at witchywitpodcast@gmail.com. We love to hear from our community. Reach out and let us know what's brewing in your cauldron.
New episodes are released every second and fourth Friday. Follow us on your favorite podcasting platform so our episodes go right to your playlist. You can listen as you ride your broom.
Stay witchy, y'all!